Good evening, and welcome to the Raven House of Mysterious Happenings. Like most mystery fans, I am a great admirer of the works of Edgar Allan Poe. So, in tonight's movie review, we are going to look at a film that poses an intriguing question. What would Edgar Allan Poe do if a real killer was inspired by his horror tales? So, here we go. The Raven. Now, this film is a mystery thriller from Relativity Media, and it stars John Cusack as Edgar Allan Poe. The film opens in Baltimore in the year 1849, and the Baltimore police believe they have a serial killer on their hands when a couple of grisly crimes are discovered, and the killer seems to be drawing inspiration from Edgar Allan Poe's stories. The police go to Edgar Allan Poe for advice and see if he has any insight, though he's not sure how he can help. But the killer strikes again, in this case kidnapping a woman named Emily Hamilton, who happens to be Poe's fiancée. The killer then sends a message that he wants to match wits with the great Edgar Allan Poe, and the stakes have been raised to a much higher level. So Edgar takes it upon himself, along with the police, to find this killer and save his fiancée. I really liked this film. I thought it was an intriguing premise, and it was well done. The production value on it was great. John Cusack as Edgar Allan Poe, he gave a pretty interesting performance. He definitely played Poe as the tortured soul and egotistical artist that we've all read about what he was like at that time. But what was really interesting is the scenes he has early on with Alice+eve, who plays his fiancée Emily. There's a real tenderness between them, and of course when she's kidnapped and Edgar has to try to find her and play this killer's game, you can really see it's his love for Emily that's driving him. The police are trying to stop the killer for obvious reasons, but John Cusack kind of gives that performance that Poe is driven by his love for this girl and wants to save her, and I thought that was a very, very strong point. Now, for mystery fans, and especially fans of Edgar Allan Poe, there's a lot of things in this film to enjoy. The story itself of the serial killer is handled well, but I really give the screenwriters credit for going the extra mile in finding all the inspirations in Poe's writings. Not just the Murders in the Rue Morgue and The Pit and the Pendulum, but a lot of other stories like The Cask of Amontillado, The Mask of the Red Death, and The Strange Case of M. Valdemar. There's a lot of intriguing ideas that the writers came up with in telling the story, and I really give them a lot of credit for just going that extra mile and really finding as much inspiration in all of Poe's stories to tell this particular story. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that the film is rated R for graphic material. There are a few murders in it, but nothing too gory. Probably the bloodiest scene involves the pendulum murder, but even that wasn't too bad. I'm not a big fan of gore, but this film is it definitely has some graphic nature to it, but it's not over-the-top gory. It's that you can't enjoy it. I certainly didn't find the gore distracting, and it actually does serve purpose for the film. So, yeah, like I said, it is rated R for that reason, but it certainly is not. It's not too bad that you can't still enjoy the film. At least it wasn't too distracting for me, and I still enjoyed watching the film. Well, that's about it for my review. The Raven. It's a good film. We get so few mystery thrillers in theaters these days. It was really fun to see this one, and it was really great. So just to go to the theater and get that fix of seeing a good detective story, this is definitely one to see. So, Raven, good film, definitely worth seeing. Well, that's about it. Thank you, as always, for listening.